cannot, just can't understand where my head is at. Oh, what my heart is saying. This kind of sin takes some round and round. This labyrinth of life, you can't tell up from down. And there's so much fun. We forget to check when this crossroads taking us. But hey, here we come. Now just got us inspired now. We couldn't stop it, just say it again.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? That one Andrew here, and today we are doing something different. As you can see from the title and the screen, there is no gameplay today, and I'm trying something new. Well, new to me at least. The little backstory first. I've been on the internet for a while, and one thing I've always come to learn and love is that a lot of people do podcasts, and I myself am a podcast listener. I've listened to many over the years, most recently being Kind of Funny Games. I listened to theirs quite a bit. I listened to Rooster Teeth back in the day. It got a little mainstream for me, especially when they had ad readings in the middle. I don't know, just a turn off for me. But I decided, sorry for all the ums at least. I decided that I should make my own podcast and talk about things that I like and things I care about. Now, I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't think these are going to be... Well, they will be topic specific. I'm pretty sure. Like, I won't be talking about news. I'll try to have each podcast centered around a certain topic. Like today's being Persona, because I am that guy. And I love the series very much. And I have quite a few things to talk about Persona, because quite a few things have been released and announced lately. So, with that in mind, I guess we'll just jump right into it. Today's date, if you're wondering, is July 2nd, the day I'm recording this, and Persona 4 Dancing All Night had come out in Japan 7 days ago. Now, I pre-ordered the game, what is it called? I have it right here. It doesn't say. I think it's called the Crazy Valley Pack, or something like that. It came with the soundtrack and some DLC and the game, of course, because who would buy that and not come with the game? But I got that. It cost me around $100, which was a little pricey, but I'm assuming it's the equivalent of what the US is getting, and their super crazy Valley Pack, or whatever they're going to call it. That costs $80, but that comes with a keychain and a Vita pouch and some other stuff. I think comes with the DLC also, and the game, of course. And it also comes with the Vita skin. I do remember that. But I'm also getting that in September. But as I can say right now, that was me dropping the game because I don't care about things apparently. As I can say from right now, this game is amazing. Now, some backstory. Again, I'm all about the backstory. It's the first podcast, we gotta get backstory out of the way. I love rhythm games. I've always played rhythm games, starting off with Guitar Hero because that was a huge deal. First one I ever got was on my Wii back in 2007 or 2006. I can't really remember. I know it was before 2008 because that's when stuff in my life happened. I don't know, I just remember things before that time. It's not like anything bad happened. I just moved away from places, so I remember everything that I brought with me. So I know definitely it was before 2008. I think it was 2006 or 2007 that I got Guitar Hero, but I loved that game. I always played it. I had the guitar, the drums, had the microphone, never used that, but I always loved it. Then I moved on from my love of rhythm games to handhelds. I felt like playing it on a handheld was much, how do I say this, natural to me. I'm not sure. I just felt like it really worked. The first one being Patapon. Patapon 2 actually for the PSP. Great game. I love it. It's amazing. One of my favorite PSP games. Apparently I didn't play the PSP right, as in I didn't hack it and get emulators and stuff, so I'm already a screw up there. But one of my favorite PSP games on there. Then I got my Vita in 2012, and I got this little game called Hatsune Miku Project Diva in 2014, and that game is awesome just because it is. That is my quote of the day. It's awesome because it is. It was my first time really experiencing Japanese games. I mean, I always played Zelda, and I always played Pokemon, you know, the Nintendo ones, and I didn't really relate them to Japan. I always related them to, hey, there's Nintendo. I never thought, oh, this is from Japan across the world. So I didn't really have that culture sense when I was playing it. But with Hatsune Miku, first off, the game's all in Japanese except for the menu, so you can navigate around. So that was a big curveball for me when I first started playing it. But the second I started playing one of those songs, I fell in love with it, and it was just awesome. The difficulty was there. Easy was super easy. Hate easy mode. Never played it. Normal, still a little too easy. Had to beat it though, so you can unlock hard, and hard's really where it's at. That is the core gameplay for me, at least. And from there, I got Project Diva 2, or second, Project Diva F second, for the Vita. Played that. It too was amazing. Excuse me. And then and some other rhythm games, but finally, around the time of Project Diva, I played Persona 4 Golden. That's when I got Persona 4 Golden. I was late to the game. Like I said, I wasn't really, I don't want to say into, but I didn't know of Japanese games. Like, when I first got my Vita, I had 3 games on it, I think. I had Assassin's Creed Liberation, which I did not like. I had Uncharted Golden Abyss, which I loved, and a third game, Call of Duty. I had Call of Duty for it. Not a good game at all. So I had those 3. I loved my Vita, but I didn't know how to love it. Another great quote. And by that I mean, I knew it had the potential. I really, really liked it. Uncharted was amazing on it, so I knew it was a good handheld, but it just didn't have the games. But I knew there were games, I just didn't know where. Because if you even go to a Walmart this day, there's going to be like 2. Actually, I know for a fact that at mine, they have Tearaway, and they have Minecraft. So, which I always make a point to point out that I have more games in my bedroom than Walmart has in their entire stock of Vita games. Which, in a certain way, makes me feel better. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. Persona 4 Golden, played it, loved it. I think I've beat that game 6 times now, and I've only owned it over a little over a year. And actually, it threw me on a tangent to where I now own every single Persona game, and I'm starting to get into the Shin Megami Tensei games, which are just, they change you. Thank God I beat Persona 4 Golden before I finished high school, because that game made me change my school life. I actually started interacting a lot more with people. But got all the games, and then Persona 4 Dancing All Night was announced, I believe, 2013, and if I remember correctly, it was announced beside Persona 5, Persona Q, and Persona 4 Arena Ultimix, which that came out. Both those games, Arena Ultimix and Q, came out last year. Persona 5 is coming out this year for Japan, and I'm hoping. It's a little iffy because it's already July, and they still don't really have a release date. But then again, they don't for Japan either, which kind of makes sense. I mean, they're focusing on Persona 4 Dancing All Night and all their DLC, which I'll get into that later. That's a whole thing. Bad blood about that. But I'm hoping that Persona 5 still comes out this year for the United States. I would really, really, really be happy if it did, because I'm super hyped for that game. I think I've watched the trailer 50,000 times. Anyways, Persona 4 Dancing All Night, it combined the love of that I had for rhythm games and the amazing characters and music, because let's be honest, I think what makes video games good a lot of time are the soundtracks, and Persona has one of the most amazing soundtracks ever. I wasn't really into J-pop or whatever, Japanese music, even though some of it's English, as in broken English, but it works. It works well. Like, if it was perfect English, I don't think it would be as good, because you don't understand. Not understanding half the words, I think, makes a song better. But combining those into one game, Persona 4 Dancing All Night, is just amazing. And the soundtrack that's included gives you like 50 songs or something. But half those are little, like, 30-second songs or whatever. But the other half actually are full songs, which is nice. And this game, I was a little disappointed at first when I read the list, because it was like, here's Best Friends, that's the song, and then they're like, oh, but we also have Best Friends Remix. I was like, yay. And then they're like, Heartbreak, then Heartbreak Remix, and then here's Pursuing My True Self, oh, and a remix. I was like, so there's really 10 games. Excuse me again, I just ate. I just cut that out. They're all remixes, but they're good remixes, and they actually do sound like different songs. Some of them don't work, and actually, out of all the songs right now, the first DLC is already released, and again, I'll get into that DLC thing later. That really kind of irritates me, though it does irritate me a lot. But after first DLC, and then it came with a bunch of free DLC since I bought the Crazy Valley pack or whatever. It came with like 3 songs, I think, and as of now there are a little over 30 songs, I believe. There's like 32 songs, which is not a bad song list. The original Project Diva had about that many songs, if I remember correctly. It had around 20 or 30. I'm leaning towards 30, and then the second one had around 40, but that's established franchise. This is Atlus's first, at least that I know of, attempt at a rhythm game. I mean, they make a lot of games, so I'm sure they've done a rhythm game in the past, but definitely the first Persona rhythm game. And it's good. It's a good game. And I can't wait for the English release so I can hear all the voice actors in English and actually understand the story, because I don't read or speak Japanese. So the story is very interesting time of holding triangle to skip over all the dialogue just so I can get those trophies and unlock some certain things. There's a song at the end, Electronica in the Velvet Room, which is actually one of my favorite songs. You had to beat the entire game, like every single song, and buy every single item and beat the entire story to unlock. So that was fun. So yeah, I've had the game for about 3 days. I've already logged in about 18 hours. It's a really good game. Sorry, bang table. But I guess the first thing I'll talk about is the DLC. Now, I'm gonna quickly open up my notes here. The DLC, they already had DLC planned, which irks me. I hate DLC season passes or whatever. They don't have any of those, but I hate it when they release a game and they already have DLC planned out. Especially day 1 DLC, they did have that, but I kind of like got why they did that, because if you ordered the special version, it came with the DLC for free. So it's kind of like it's a weird thing. But let's see. So they have DLC content coming out for July 2nd, July 9th, 16th, 23rd, 30th, August 6th. Yeah, I have all those. And the last 2, August 6th, they're releasing the Dachi DLC, which comes with a song. And then July 30th, they're releasing Marie DLC, which comes with a song. All the others are collaborations of accessories, costumes, musics, some video thing on the July 30th one, I believe, and just a bunch of other stuff. So yeah. Now the problem with this, and I don't like this at all. I love songs. Let's say the DLC for July 2nd. I've already gotten that one. It was released July 2nd for Japan, so that's July 1st for us. So they're 14 hours ahead. It came with a free DLC, which is nice. Some winter uniforms for the Persona 4 Golden characters. It came with cross-dressing costumes, which was 1,000 yen, which is very ridiculous. It came with accessories, fashionable glasses set, which was one pair of glasses for each of the characters, 300 yen, and it came with 2 songs for 600 yen, which is not bad at all. Okay, here's the thing that annoys me. This is a rhythm game. The costumes shouldn't cost more than the songs, especially 400 yen more. I know yen is a weird conversion thing, but 1,000 yen is around $8, $8 American dollars. Could you imagine somebody spending $8 on clothing for DLC clothing? And it's just one costume per character, not even all the characters, just the guys. It came with like 5 outfits. So yeah, that's crazy. I bought it because I'm crazy. I keep saying crazy, but yeah, it's ridiculous. But the songs, the first songs, it came with 2 songs, and they're from the anime, which I love the anime. Always. I've loved it since 2012. I actually watched part of it, I think the first 3 episodes, and found out there was a game. Didn't have a PS2 at the time, so I put it on a list, I think on my wish list or something, and was like, okay, I'm going to play this one day, and then forgot about it, and then eventually Persona 4 Golden happened, and I came back to it, watched it, loved it. Great anime. If you ever have a chance, check it out. It's on Hulu, pretty sure. Yeah, it is. That's right, I watched it. But it comes with the songs Sky's the Limit and Beauty of Destiny, which are the opening of the first arc and the closing of the first arc. And there are full versions of those songs, like full 5 or 4 minute versions of those songs. Those versions that they put on for DLC are, it's legit ripped from the anime. It's ripped from the anime, straight out. They just have the video and that's it. No characters dancing, no extended version, nothing. It's honestly the opening credits and the closing credits, and that is it. The songs are about 2 minutes long, and that really annoyed me. I still like it, and it comes with all 4 difficulties: easy, normal, hard, and all night difficulty, which is the hardest difficulty that you can unlock. But that just drives it. It irritated me at first. I was like, "That's it," but you get what you pay for, I guess. It was cheaper than the costumes. And then just the weeks coming up, you got another 1,000 yen swimsuit set for women. So that's another like 4 characters. Oh, well, actually, I already have that one because it came with first print copies that included the special Persona 5 Blu-ray, which I do have, and I did see the second trailer, and I am even more hyped. But like I said, colored context set, some more Persona 4 anime songs, and just a bunch of that. So yeah, the DLC, can't say it's a great deal. In fact, it's not a good deal at all. If you're a fan of the series, you're probably wanting to get it just because it's going to remind you of those moments, like the cross-dressing. It's nice. It's good stuff, I guess. They're costumes, and you can use them on any song the character's in. And it is occasionally funny. I like to put the costumes on random and just see people dance out. Like yesterday, Yu was dancing, all, doing his thing. and then Yosuke came out in a reindeer costume, and I almost died from laughter. But yeah, so Persona 4 Dancing All Night. Oh, and there's other news too. That coming out in July, I believe. Maybe no, August. August 26th, Persona 4 Dancing All Night Advanced CD will be released, which I believe is let's see here. I believe that is the same soundtrack that people got in the Crazy Valley pack. If I'm reading this correctly. I'm pretty sure it is. So yeah, that is pretty much all of it for Persona 4 Dancing All Night. Like I said, it's a good game. The DLC is outrageous. Like, it's crazy. They're definitely taking advantage of their customers with that, even though this whole thing was kind of like a cash-in. But it sold 94,000 copies in the first week in Japan. So, you know, that's pretty good for Vita games. And it's also doubled the sales of hardware for Vitas too. So, I mean, it's doing good. And it is a good game. I like it a lot. Probably more than Persona Q, which that game was just a little too weird for me. But yeah, anyways. Speaking of that Persona 5 trailer thing, that is something that everyone needs to see. And it has been leaked on the internet multiple times. I got this game on Monday, June 28th, I think, or June 29th. Not the release date, and I had seen the trailer before that leaked online. But Atlus has been taking them all down and giving copyright strikes to anyone that posts it. So be careful out there. It's really good though. I really, really want that game. I get a PS4 just for that game. So moving on to our next topic, Persona 3 the movie 4 has been announced. Kind of. It has a release date now. It's releasing January 23rd, 2016 in Japan, because screw Americans. Yeah, if you haven't seen the first movies of these, this is the fourth one, Winter of Rebirth, and the other three, I know the first one's Spring of Birth, I'm pretty sure, and second one's Midnight Summer Dream, and then the third one I don't know, but I own the first two, and they haven't come out with the third one yet. And they're really good. It's basically like, it's the anime version of Persona 4 condensed into movies, because I guess they didn't want to do another anime, which I thought would be better. They could still do that, because they're just glossing over the social links. Well, like I said, I've only seen the first two, so maybe in the third they actually do focus on that. But it seems like right now they're just focusing on the main story, which is good, but it would be nice if they took a more Persona 4 the animation approach and actually did each social link, because there are some interesting ones in that game, mainly the school ones, just because, like, get some BB in there. He was my man. French guy, a French foreign exchange student speaking broken Japanese and English. That was something else. Alright, moving on. Speaking of anime, Persona 4 the Golden Animation is getting released in the United States. This anime released in 2014, I believe, in fall of 2014, and it was it was alright. Personally, I didn't like it, but I only saw the first episode. And the reason I didn't like it was because the way they put it, it was a new game plus. As in, you already had, like, the super strong personas. Which, if you watch the first episode, he really does. He, like, annihilates 1,000 shadows, and that is not an over-exaggeration. He destroys them. But it skipped to, like, through the first month really fast, and it seemed like what it was doing was just focusing on Marie and her social link, which makes sense, because in the other anime, they already did all the other social links, but it seems like they're just doing all the stuff that Persona 4 Golden added, like the beach scene and all that. But that's not the interesting part. The interesting part is it's being distributed by Aniplex, if I'm saying that right. I think it's Aniplex. But yeah, and they're accepting pre-orders now, except the pre-order button does not work. I was just doing it for because I was curious. It's being released July 21st, 2015, and at standard pricing, it is $99.98. But if you order now, it's only $79.98. That's a little expensive. It comes with an original soundtrack, 24-page deluxe booklet, postcard set, and clear Blu-ray disc cases with two-sided wraps. And this is only for part 1, episodes 1 through 6, $80. Second part comes with episodes 7 through 12. It will cost $80 and is being released in August, I believe. August 28th, if I remember correctly, for the same price. I'm a fan, but I don't think I'm that big of a fan. That is some crazy pricing. Like, that is ridiculous. $80 for 6 episodes, and then they're asking for $100 after that. I don't know. I might be a fan, but I'm thinking about waiting for the original version of this to come out. I don't even think it's in Japanese either. I think they only have the English dub in it. At least that's what they did with it's by A1 Pictures. At least that's what they did with the first animation when they released it on Blu-ray. It only came out. Yep. Oh no. Actually no. It's in Japanese only with English subtitles. Huh. That's interesting. So I guess they're not doing an English dub of it. Which, I like the Japanese version. I got the Persona 4 animation disc set so I could have the Japanese voices alongside the English voices too, because I like both of them. So yeah, with that being said, that's pretty much all the Persona news that I have right now, and that will also be the end of podcast number 1. Sorry, there wasn't much more to talk about, but I want to keep most topics focused on mainly one topic. Most episodes focus on one topic to say better, and today was Persona, just because there's a lot of news coming out, like the Golden Animation news, the movie news, Dancing All Night news, which I really can't recommend this game more. If you can, import it. I know PlayAsia has it for like $40-something, the standard version, and you don't need to read Japanese to play it and enjoy it because it's a rhythm game. You're not going to get the story out of it, but the game didn't release until September 28th or 29th in the United States, and then who knows when in Europe. I think they announced that it's actually going to be somewhere around that time, so Europeans won't have to wait too long for this game, but it's still a long way away. That's like 3 months, and I don't know if I could have waited 3 months for this game. It's really good. And again, that's coming from a hardcore rhythm game player. Like, I've beaten all of Project Diva F and F Second multiple times. I've perfected songs. And by the way, this game is, I think it's harder than that game. Just not on, how do I say this? Not on gameplay wise, it's more difficult. It's not more difficult gameplay wise, but passing wise. Like in Project Diva, you can miss quite a few notes but recover pretty quickly. In this game, I swear, you can miss 5 notes out of 600 and fail the song. It is very, very, very unforgiving. And especially if you don't get the fever times, you will not pass the song at all. I did a whole song without getting fever time and hit pretty much every note. I think I got okay, which is like the second tier of rating on 5 notes or 4 notes, and I did not pass. So you really got to be on the ball with everything. And I was on hard mode. It's like all night mode is a whole different game. But yes, I very much recommend Persona 4 Dancing All Night. The DLC, I guess it's up to you. I'm going to buy it all, but just because I'm a nut and I'm going to just throw my money at Atlas because I love them. But that's why I pre-ordered the crazy value pack. But $1,000 for 5 costumes, not even, or 1,000 yen, not $1,000. That would be a little ridiculous. 1,000 yen for a couple costumes is asking quite a bit. But if you're a fan of the games and anime, which I very much am, you know, I think it's nice to have. And maybe they'll go on sale sometime, which will be better. But anyways, that was the first podcast of my channel. I'm not sure what to call this yet, and today's topic was over Persona, in case you didn't know what we were talking about the entire time. In future videos, I'm not sure when I'm going to do one of these next, we'll just see how well this goes, but I'm hoping to do one maybe one every month, just talk about a whole bunch of stuff, and it doesn't have to be topic related like this. I'm just a huge fanboy of Persona, that's why I want to do one of these. Like I said, there's a lot of news coming out with information about it, so I felt like today was the day that I should do this. But anyways, thanks for listening, and I'll be making an update video soon talking about the rest of my channel. Bye guys.